Hey, dude.
That's not how we start these things,
Wrong
motherfucker.
episode.
Hey, man.
Oh, you know what? We're not supposed to swear. We're not supposed to swear in the openings
Why?
anymore, at least.
Oh yeah,
You told me. You told me why. I don't know.
Or two, right?
I only remember information. I don't ever seek to find out why we do things. That would hurt my brain. Welcome to the circle. I'm going to do something truly unique and go in a randomized order when I introduce my co-host this time. Johnny, how you doing?
What's up, buddy? I'm doing good.
Excellent. Alebrije, hey, you're at this point just a co-host of the circle. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be back as always. Yeah, I know. This is like what, the fourth time this year I've been on or something.
Yeah, and when everything is said and done, when we've entered our golden light, that number will be so astronomical. I want it to hurt our feelings. We're like, man, we really didn't need the 7,000th. Like, that seems a little much.
I really am just a co-host.
Yeah. That's exactly right. That's the way it should be. Stoney,
yep.
I'm glad to see you're alive. There was much debate on the Discord if you were a ghost or not, because we saw you typing and then you disappeared. Good.
Yeah.
Glad to see it.
Yeah.
Howling, who I know is alive and well.
I am very much alive.
Have so many very cool questions to ask you about some major news in your life. Congratulations on your new
pregnant.
Kid. Yeah. It's winter.
It's been a lot.
Explains the mustache.
It's a lot of practice.
I was going to say, finally.
What up, everyone?
I actually, you know what? We're going to start with that news just so we can get it straight off the bat. You adopted yet another dog. You have now going to be the head of security for YAG with your 2 Rottweilers. Anytime we enter a room, you go first.
It's fucking awesome walking those 2 at the same time. Talk about feeling like a badass with 2 Rottweilers in your hands.
You throw on a wife beater, a bunch of chains, and some Timberlands before you go walking down
Italian,
the street.
Jeez.
A wallet chain.
You pretty much dress in all black all the time anyway, don't you?
I am. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Usually I have a black hat on with black sunglasses on the hat. Yeah. That's my wardrobe. It's my whole wardrobe is black on black.
It's strange that no one in the neighborhood talks to you.
No, that's the problem. Is I don't want them to, and they try.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's disarming when you're walking down with the big Rotties, but also your son is giggling ahead of you, making it less.
Kind of ruins it.
Yeah, but it's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Congratulations. What'd you name him?
Ivan von Derp. So
this
is what happens when a 7-year-old names an animal. So Ivan, I have no idea where that came from. And they're like, oh, okay, fine. Ivan the Great, he has a confidence issue, so maybe we'll just hype him up a little bit. I called him Derpy McFuckface, and they wouldn't let me do that. So, well, fine. It's Ivan, but it's Ivan von Derp.
I love it. He sounds like a Prussian noble, which would only lead to bad things. So that's River and Ivan.
Yep.
We love it.
Good
Excellent.
combo.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now we can get into some other exciting news. Before we got started, Stoney was like, hey, man, we really got to touch on this subject. So instead of us getting stoned and forgetting, we're going to get into that subject immediately. We are under, I believe, the 4th annual Alebrije Cannabonsai right now. Fantastic.
Correct.
YAG claims 2 winners, Stoney and Flam. So 50% is pretty good. Stoney, you got to keep it going.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing a lot of people getting some really interesting things going. We had to be tucked in, so everyone's 3 weeks, 4 weeks into their grows by now.
Minimum,
yeah. I waited till the very last. So I know some people are much further along and all the new little pots. So what are you thinking about all the new ways of bonsai that you've been seeing this time?
Man, there's so many cool ones this time. There's some that always go just like the standard pot. They just want to try it out, and that's awesome. Like, just doing anything is, a good way to just try it and practice. But then there's others who go above and beyond as far as like using a clever and creative little pot and theme, and some of them are hilarious this year. There's multiple like skeleton bodies. Who I think iStig and is it Charity had one.
Yep.
And then I've seen
Shout
there's
out Charity Case. She's
Yeah,
done
shout
a
out.
bunch of small ones now. She was
Mhm.
talking even today, trying to pick another one for the micro grow. So Alebrije has negatively affected yet another human being.
There's multiple dick pots going on too, or there was. Apparently, Gren in the Mitten had to bail out, but his actually like peed out the drainage hole. That one was really fun. And then Paranoids is just like the David penis like coming out huge. It's hilarious. So many funny ones this year.
It's a
But-
shame about growing the Mitten because he took the summer off because he's such a badass water sport dude that he spent all his time wake surfing and wakeboarding or whatever. And he comes back, has this amazing plant or planter, gets planted, and doesn't have the best of luck. But
Well, it sounds like it's my
hopefully
beans
he's
maybe are
back.
the problem. I don't know what's
No,
wrong.
I think he just needs to plant more quickly.
Yeah, plant more
It's a
seeds.
solution.
Always
Exactly.
a good solution.
Well, so I tucked 2 of them in the pot that I found a pot online because I was looking to make sure I stayed within the guidelines of the fill. So I found this like seriously really cool Georgia clay pot that I just thought was perfect, nice and round, and like decided to tuck everything into it. Thought it was pretty cool. I was, plugged 2 in to the soil. One took right off, and I had one that was a little bit on the smaller side, as expected. Typically, so I just throw them in there, and I kind of take usually the best one from it. So I was looking at that little one, and I was like, I've got an idea that's been kind of tucked around in my head for a while now. I've seen it done a couple of times, and I've gone down the rabbit hole of research. But are you familiar with the Japanese style of kokedama?
No, that's a new one on me.
So it's basically grown. It's a ball. So it's a ball made of peat moss or sphagnum moss, sheet moss, and then a center core of living soil. So
That's
it's like,
sick.
and then I tie it with a string. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole, and it's basically, it's the term translates directly to a moss ball, kokedama. But it's traditionally known in the bonsai world as kind of like the poor man's bonsai pot. So I thought, what better of a way to represent Yag than do kokedama?
This is so fascinating. Why haven't I seen a picture of it yet?
Well, I'll make sure that it hits when the time comes for this show to come out. But
Okay.
it's so effectively think of it this way. So I started off with the like a little plate of soil, and I took out the core of the little sprout, and it was only like the third or fourth nodule, right? I took it out into like a little tray that had about I don't know, a little bit more than a little less than a softball size worth of soil in the end. I just kind of laid it on there and just started building up and spraying. I made a little potion of it's the Kiaha, the coconut. It's the 3-in-1 from J Plant Speaker and aloe, right?
Nice.
Did a little soak of the soil and just kind of like started pulling it together into kind of a ball. Then I'd taken sphagnum moss, which is that long, like you plant like orchids and that sort of stuff, right? That's the long kind of stringy moss. I took that, soaked it in the same solution so it was good and wet. And so I took that soil ball, kind of put it on top of the sphagnum, started wrapping the sphagnum up around to the ball. So it's like now bigger than a softball, right?
So I have not seen sheets of sphagnum.
It's not sheets. So there's
Okay.
two different mosses. So first one is sphagnum. Great question, because I of course went down this rabbit hole. So sphagnum's the dry brown one that you find like in pretty like any if you ever get orchids.
That's what I
You
use.
use
I
it
buy
a lot
like
in floral, yeah.
Exactly, right? So just a dry material is kind of like, I mean, it's just dry, long, sort of stringy. That gets soaked in the solution as well. But then I just started kind of bringing that up to a ball. Like think about like making like a snowman, right? You're just kind of bringing it up around it. Then I took sheet moss, and sheet moss is kind of the decorative. That's the stuff that's right on the surface, right?
Okay.
I sprayed it down on the back of it because it comes dry. I sprayed it back on the back of it so that it got nice and pliable in like 5 minutes. Sprung right back to life. And then I kind of laid the big patches around it. And then, my signature green and white butcher twine that I use for everything. I mean, I use it for my inside my tents and whatever. I basically just tied a ball And so the ball just kind of exists, but I forgot one key thing because, of course, it's YAG. So I had to incorporate somehow sub-irrigated planting. So I took 2 strings of the same green cotton butcher twine, ran them kind of opposite from each other, and so they're hanging out from the bottom of it. And so I took that ball now that's like, so I'd say it's like bigger than a softball. I don't know the relative ball size of it. But you could hold it in the palm of your hand for sure, right?
I would have
and
figured
it-
you were an expert on relative ball size, personally.
You know,
but-
I mean, I'm
Bonsai.
trying to-
Yeah, who are you kidding?
So you're holding it in the palm of your hand, right? And it's kind of free because it's now strung and wound all together. And then I have that signature bowl that I've always kept underneath the sub-irrigating. So the strings are hanging out the bottom of it to wick. And I found a stone that just rested upon in there. So it kind of sits on the stone, but it'll be completely encased in this bowl. So it'll keep the water and I can just sub-irrigate it like I had done before.
Oh, that's so sick, dude.
So, and apparently
That's
all I need to
so
do
rad.
is take this ball out once a week and soak it in whatever nutrient solution I want to give the flower for the week. And that's should be the theory of it. I mean,
All that peat moss will hold the moisture really well. Yeah.
between that and the aeration of it, so like it's gonna get dunked tomorrow. I'm gonna make a potion with a bunch of mycorrhiza in it, and some humic, probably a little bit of kelp, just to get it off and running. But it's like 3 weeks old now.
That's sick.
So the little the little sprouts only like 2-3 inches in. I think the key to this one, because I've learned before, moss does not grow well under high intensity light. Even like my little countertop one that I grow my other bonsai under. This one I'm just going to keep underneath a countertop light. I think we were kind of talking about some creative ways of lighting bonsai that you really don't. Is one of the things that I saw this summer. Someone did some a grow that had low light, and the plant, although it looked kind of not what we would find ideal in our cannabis world, looked really fucking cool for bonsai. Like it had stretched out really long because it was really looking for light. So low light may be kind of a cool thing to do with it. So I'm just going to keep it underneath one of my counters and just keep low light, keep it pretty well stunted, and just have some fun with it. But yeah, so kokedama, dude. Kokedama.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, I have to go do some more research on that.
Yeah.
I totally use low light as a bonsai technique to draw out a stretch, and especially early on, so that you can kind of start training it over to the side, or at least, depending on what you're doing. But yeah, that's a great idea.
I want to touch more on Stoney's insanity in a second, but Green Velvet did something very similar where he put his totem on top of basically his plant so that it would stretch out, searching for light to further his bonsai. So it's a great technique. It's super cool. Stoney, that's impressive. I really look forward to watching it develop.
Me too, dude.
What an
can't wait
awesome
to see it.
yeah. What an awesome way to enter the competition. Howling,
I hope it's
what's yours?
I hope it's fair because I still
yeah.
only had the 2. So Howling, tell us.
What's my entries? They're dead.
Yeah, I wanted you to follow Stoney before I went because I just
Oh,
planted
geez. Yeah, mine-
seed into a certain planter and I let it go. There's no technique. I didn't water properly, I'm sure, but I didn't want to go next, but I guess I did. So Howling, I'm sure you did something better.
Oh yeah, I did. You know what? I planted in beautiful frog planter, put it
Can't
in
beat that.
my 2x4, and proceeded to watch the leaves get a bunch of spots on them, and some kind of mites are eating the shit out of it. So I had other
Hungry
plants in
mites.
there. We can get into that later. They're being treated, but I wasn't. Those autos in the bonsai planters definitely took a fucking beating. And while I could have treated them, I mean, they were sitting directly on the soil. So I think whatever mites were just all kind of being brought up right there.
Right
Yep.
up to them.
It fucked
got
me.
hungry.
And yeah, so I had Jordan's Stretch and the Chi-Town Troso one.
Oh,
And
no.
I was looking forward to it. I had I had my frog planter that I know works. I did a Dakar haze in it, so I know that works well. But I had this new kind of contraption planter that's a half gallon of soil, but that had a reservoir at the bottom of it that could fit like at least a quart of solution in the bottom with ropes going down there. I'm like, fuck, this is
cool.
perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. I'm gonna plan another one because why not? I like doing small pot stuff. But yeah, I'm out of the
That was
game
fun,
for a
dude.
little bit.
It's
this-
good
this
in my
had to bail.
sorry.
Uh,
Oh, God damn it.
Oh no. That terrible internet that we all suffer
I
from.
was just.
Um,
Am I back?
yeah, we
That-
got you now.
Seemingly no, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, just like pop another seed. It doesn't like even if you're not entered officially into the competition, there's
I
no
like-
reason not to just.
No,
Yeah.
I love doing it with everyone. So, and I'm not out to win anything. I just like growing.
I was
people.
gonna-
So
I was gonna say Howling and I share a kind of understanding where we enter knowing we're not gonna win because we don't have that kind of creativity that seemingly
Nope.
is gotten more and more impressive every year. So it is nice being like, oh no, I'm disqualified.
let me tell you, I went down a rabbit hole, and typical Howling mind. I even forgot the name already, but it's these small little water aquascape type things that people do as a hobby where they get glass and they cut it out and they glue it together like almost like a fish tank and do rocks and stuff in a pond that with a stream. And I'm like, what if I did a bonsai in this? It's kind of like a mini who's that guy that we all love on Instagram, Yellow Skunk Farms or whatever. It's kind of like a mini version of that. I'm like, I'll do a bonsai right in
Like
there.
a little
I'm figuring-
terrarium. Yeah.
I gave up. Like my dopamine hit. I was going down that rabbit hole. I'm like, I could totally do this. I'm like, where the fuck are you gonna get time? Like, what the hell? I'm like, it looks really cool for someone else to do it.
I've been tossing this idea around, and I give it about a 30% chance that it's going to work. To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to work at all, but I'm hopeful because I've got a little bit of research behind it. But I think you should, dude. Pop it as soon as you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop it because, like I said, I have this. I mean, I got suckered by an Instagram ad because it was a light thing. I've always struggled. Like, I would like this, like self-contained little grow setup with a little light, just enough light to keep like a bonsai or something going. And there's an Instagram ad where it's this all-in-one setup where there's a base with a stand on it that has a ring light, and instead of it like just being a normal white ring light, it actually had the blue and red LEDs and stuff. And it's not even just circle, it can expand out and almost to like a wide U shape. So I'm like, this is perfect. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to pop one again. Right now, my main focus, because this set back a lot of stuff I was doing, my main focus is to try to get these mites under control, which I think I'm doing. I don't want to start something new and try to spread anything or cause more trouble. I think I'm getting a handle on it. So yeah, soon I'm just gonna pop another seed. I love doing small pots, and I have a pretty good regimen that gets them growing pretty well in it. So
Hey,
Have you
I might not be in the
identified
contest, but I'll be growing along with some people.
Have you looked into any sort of beneficial mites or anything along those lines?
Okay, so
Tell me
the
more,
fact
my
that
friend.
These already look like mites that are beneficial. They just shouldn't be eating what they're fucking eating right now. If you research anything about so far the consensus from a few people is that they're mold mites. Not uncommon. We have mold all over our fucking soil. So that's just the way we grow. And it would also explain why those that were touching the soil got hit the hardest than those that were not. Funny enough, it has not touched Terp's clone that he gave me in that tent. There is not a single damn spot on that plant. It's thriving in there. That's kind of funny. So it kind of shows genetics are like that thing is just resistant to it. But they're already beneficial to begin with. So I don't know what would eat them. So what I am doing right now is I've never used any. This made it very clear that my IPM game sucks. And so I really need to beef it up. And so what I'm doing, I did first a couple sprays of Lost Coast just to buy me time until what seemed to be the most recommended was this Monterey horticultural oil. Never used it before. So I got that in. I did a spray one time. I waited a few days and I did a dunk. So I made up like a gallon batch. And since they're in solos, I turned them upside down and dunked them in the gallon batch. I did that Monday. I'm just going to continue doing that because these are my small pot grows anyways. So even if I pop them in a gallon bag, I can still turn them upside down and dunk them in something. So every 5 days, I'm going to continue doing it. I scoped them today. I don't see any dramatic new damage, but I did notice a couple mites still on some leaves. They're just hanging out. I don't see them like really. I have a video of 4 of those fuckers really eating the leaf. Like it was just tearing away at it. I don't see that happening, but I do see a couple lingering ones. Luna, who we had on the show, recommended maybe. I made a joke about string cheese about the dogs, and she's like, "Have you ever thought about feeding them put them in the soil?" And I was like, "What?" But yeah, you can add like cheese and stuff, and to deter some of these type of beneficial things that you don't want on your plant. So they're going to go attack something else. So I keep on forgetting to do it, but I think tomorrow I'll put little chunks of string cheese in each of the solos on the top of the soil. Let them, hey, there's something better than this damn plant you're going after.
Try some blue cheese.
What?
Blue cheese.
Yeah, I mean something. I'll raid my fridge and I'll
they're
find
fungal
something.
mites.
Makes a lot of sense, dude.
I mean, it does
Send
make
them
sense.
to
If I can add something fungal
blue
there
veins
that they want, I mean, that would work out really well. I have some Bavaria Bassiana coming, which I never had in my arsenal before. I know that
I've got
watched.
it in all, so I put it in all my big beds so that I know what's in there.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know why I haven't done this. I have gotten lucky. I mean, so if this is the worst problem I've had in 3.5 years with the pest, I mean, that's cool. Like I'm learning that I have to actually treat some of this seriously, and it's not hard to treat it seriously, really. You just got to be on top of it and proactive. And so I got the Bavaria Bassiana coming from Build the Soil. It's just the normal powder, so you just kind of scratch it into the surface of the soil. They sell a wettable version, but every wettable version is stupid expensive. It's at least $100. I don't know what they do to make it wettable, but everything like Botanicard, all of them are at least $100. So I didn't go that route. I went the powder route. So I think I'm going to get in a regimen, and anything I'm growing, I'm going to do like the Bavaria Bassiana. I'm going to do like I have nematodes that I just came in today that I'm going to water in because I have a new bed going.
Good.
I'm just going to do this from now on. This is going to be part of my regimen, but I think I'm getting ahead of whatever was attacking those solos, which I hope I am, because I'm super excited because it's terps, Chemlabrata crossed with the purple Pakistani Chitrel Kush or whatever Chitrel. I have the tangy foxtoe, which is looking mighty broad, which I love right now. I love tangy, kind of tricks you. It's like it throws some broadleaves, but you know that's not what it's going to be. But it's cool.
Call it tangy foxtoe?
Photo, whatever. I don't know. Photo.
It's supposed to be like photo.
Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot.
I hear you're not the first person to do it, and I'm always
damn
like,
it.
They didn't get the joke.
That's so clever.
Yeah,
it's too clever for me.
A tangy photo. Yeah.
I do like in the universe that you didn't know that Alebrije's choice just was foxtail.
My
Like,
God.
what the fuck does that mean?
Wow.
Oh, the old tangy foxtail. Yeah.
I'm just going to shut up for the rest of this episode.
No, dude. You are nowhere near the first person who did that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I heard someone else do it the other day.
Yeah. It is,
and I never
funny.
even questioned where that name came from. I'm like, okay, that's what he named it. That's cool. Oh my God. Anyways, one of them is that, and then I have a few of the terps. I have one of Luna's skunks, and I have since I ruined the Super Sun God seed that Gannick got me, and the great apocalypse that happened where nothing wanted to fucking germinate. I let him pick the next narrow leaf, so I'm doing the Irie Genetics Jack Tripper. Which also is throwing broad. If you look at the picture I posted on Discord today, all of them are broad right now, it looks wonderful, but I know it's a fucking lie. I know at least half of them are not broad. So anyways, those are all the ones with the mites, but I think moving them to the other tent, doing the dips and the oil. I'm hopeful that I'm coming around.
I grew out a bunch of those Chem Labrada purple packies.
I'm so thrilled.
They all started very broad, but by the end, I only had 4 survive in the end out of like 24 that I started. Some were my intentional calling, some was nature doing it. They were outside. But in the end, like 3 were narrow leaf dominant, and 1, my like chosen winner, was the one that was pretty medium to broad and like had more of the packy traits. It was a very like skunky floral. It was really nice.
I hope I get that one, actually. I like that. But I know that's going to be good medicine no matter what. Chem Labrada is like in my top 5 Alebrije strains, so I love it. Nice. I can't wait to have something with it again. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, and hopefully that packy like brings some landracey, who knows what unknown, cannabinoids or minors might be in there. So yeah, hopefully it brings you some good meds.
I have noticed that strains that have at least some parent that is close as it can be to a landrace definitely work well for me. So yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with that right now.
Can't wait to follow along and watch it.
The particular breeder that was making the selections is a good dude, and he gets super pissed off when I say breeder because he's not, but I like annoying him because he likes to say he plays both sides, right? But we all know his true allegiance lies to the narrow leaf.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think he leans narrow for sure.
Yeah. He needs it, dude. He works night shift and he has all girls.
I don't know how he can. Yeah.
but I also appreciate that he's like me, and he said, he has a time and place for everything. So he's a good dude.
It is the absolute correct way to look at things, but it's not as fun to just throw shade at the logical, like, hey, yeah, you need both. You're like, yeah, but still, that's not. We can't turn into gangs about that.
Yeah, the Howling crew.
Yeah. With everybody's getting a Rottweiler eventually.
I need to give them some broadleaf. Yeah, I need to give them some broadleaf because they're fucking demons. They're terrible. They were. If River wasn't bad enough on her own, man, getting a puppy with her, it's nuts. I need to slip them something. We're gonna make them some CBD gummies or something.
Do it.
But yeah, so that's at least my mite problem. And yeah, I'll get. I think I'm gonna put an autoflower bonsai up in my office here. That's away from everything, and I'm gonna treat it like a houseplant with that new light thing. And I'm gonna see what the fuck happens. Whatever.
Do what Ganja Llama did and throw a light under your desks because it doesn't technically count as a grow. You heard it here first.
Bing.
Johnny, I know the answer to your question. Sorry, Alebrije.
No, you're fine.
We needed to get this out of the way. Johnny, your entry into this, how was that going?
5 entries.
I think
he loves this shit.
Top in the lead. He's like, what? Bro? Alebrije, I apologize for interrupting you. We just must keep that going because
I was gonna say, yeah, my wife is also joining in kind of late, and she already started hers and just grabbed soil from outdoors, and I was like, oh, what the fuck, and mulch from just the mulch pile outside. I was like, oh yeah, that's not going in the tent. Sorry, you're doing a window.
Yeah, you're doing a window.
Yeah. So
I was instructed because Megan is also doing one. This is her first grow, and I was letting her choose which planter do you want to use, blah blah blah. And she decided she wanted to wait until whatever seedling looked the best, and then that was the one that was hers.
Nice.
and then so she picked the bigger, and she was like, I think I need the bigger of the planters, and I was like, God damn. I love the way you think. But yeah, so it's exciting. I know there's a few people I know Gannick's wife is growing one too, and I believe there are a few more people whose wives are joining in on the.
I think so too.
The contest. It's grown exponentially since the first year, so it's super impressive. I love it.
It has. It's fun. It's fun to see people come back and try new things and play again. And it's fun to see a bunch of new timers doing it their first time.
Yeah.
New timers. What? First timers. But
I love it.
Yeah, it's a good crowd this year for sure. I'm really stoked, and we're like just kind of hit. You know, the first stage isn't the funnest to watch. You know, it's just little seedlings, but you know, here in the next month is
Give
the
it
full
4 weeks.
Yeah, the
Speak
stretch
for
is
yourself.
coming. And
the seedling stage is about my prime stage because about 2 or 3 weeks, and I forget about them.
yeah, right.
No,
But no,
but
I mean,
the
I love watching them
creativity
getting
is
full
impressive.
flower. Yeah, it's really fun. That's when the creative elements kind of start to shine.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm really stoked to see yours in particular, Stoney. That sounds pretty wild, man.
Yeah, man. It turned out better than what I thought. I thought it was going to be an absolute failure, and I still only give it about a 30% chance of success. I mean, it'll be, if it works, it'd be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty small, so that's my intention, is to shoot low on it. But it was a cool concept. It was fun going down the rabbit hole for it, and it apparently is more of a modern. Like, you can do it with ferns, you can do it with small
Oh, cool.
plants. It's actually not like too far out of the norm. And there was a period where a lot of interior designers were using it as a style. And so there's some manufacturers that try to come up with ones that, of course, look like it. So you see them stylistically, like the fake planters out there, but you see some people do it. But it's kind of an older tradition, and it's the poor man's version of it, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like, that's about as average as you can get to it, but
Oh, I love it.
it's
Very
cool,
creative.
man.
That's
It's
perfect.
cool. I'm looking forward to it. Low expectations, but I'm hoping to at least just make it through.
You got to take risks, for the big
Yeah.
payout.
In theory, I mean, there's a lot of, with the wicks running down and the sub-irrigated, it's always going to sit in water, and I'm going to take it out and feed it once a week. Basically, just said to soak it, and really well saturate it. It's all tied together, so I don't see anything falling apart as of right now, but hopefully it just stays alive, man, and I'll just mist it every day to keep the moss alive on the outside of it. It just looks like a little floating planet, like little
That's fucking dope.
I love
little
it.
orb that you can put in your hand, man.
Wait, remind me what strain you're growing?
This one, oh man, now it's been so long since I even planted. It's the Steve's Purple Acid. Actually, I think I've got
Acid.
it sitting right here. Milk and Cookies by Steve's Purple Acid.
Oh yeah. I think that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that went on to become Drowsy Lobaka? I think you might.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you
I
might
literally
have some testers of it.
Yep, I went back through my vault. Basically, went back through it. So
I used to have a better brain for like remembering the lineages of strains, and especially of even of other breeders in the autoflower world. But those days are gone. There's so many new breeders in the last few years. There's so many strain names out there. It's hard to keep track of my own, even, honestly.
I remember this one being
tough when there's a bunch of similar sounding names. So you're like, is that this one or this one or this one? And you're like, shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one reason I name mine like I do, is to be way out there.
Yeah,
and,
you can't
you're not mistaken, Blues or Rosso for something else. But yeah, but even my own, just the lineages, once you've made so many projects, it's hard to remember, especially when you're smoking weed all the time.
Well, then I've had my latest round swirling through my head, so trying to make final decisions with that and trying to remember. And I remember planting that, and I did the bonsai on the last day you could submit, so I may even be wrong. I'm second guessing myself. I'm about to go back to my post and figure out exactly what it was. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one.
No doubt. Mine's cruising away. I did a little grease theme this year, and just the other day, I used a glass evil eye to hang over the top. And today it was it finally lifted it back off the ground.
Nice.
So, I kind of want. I hope it doesn't sometimes they're too strong, and I try to weigh it down with things, and they just go straight back up. But yeah, hopefully this one just kind of stay on the side and just get a nice bush branch from the LST.
Yeah, I have no idea how I'm gonna try it if this thing actually does take off, because it very could likely grow quite well. I mean, an autoflower looking for aeration. If I keep it fed well enough, in theory, as long as it stays moist and sub-irrigated, thing can really take off, even under low light. And I don't have anything to tie it down to at this stage, so it'll be fun to figure this one out along the way. And I think that's part of the whole bonsai experience and cannabonsai is it changes throughout the entire process.
Yeah,
and,
experimenting.
You know, it really is an expression of what the time you have for it. And no matter if it's just popping one into a small pot and watching a little mini one grow, or feeding a solo and getting it gigantic, or whatever the shape of it is, it's just a matter of how you approach it and how you experience it, because it's a lot of fun. And it is just a houseplant, like you said, Howling. So in theory, it's not a grow, it is just a houseplant, right? Gotcha.
Totally.
Right?
I mean,
It's just a flowering houseplant.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the aesthetic part is more important than the final smoke. That's why I grow bigger plants, is for smoking. The bonsai, yeah, sure, I'll smoke it if everything went well, but it's more about just making something that's aesthetically pleasing, and the same reason you would have a houseplant.
Yeah, I think my last one, I ended up just taking the whole little mini pot, putting it on the shelf, and dried the whole thing as it was. And I still am like, someday I'll smoke it, just for shits and giggles, because I like to take them longer and let them really senesce and get the color out of them. It's a lot of fun.
I've totally done that before, where I was like, I wasn't even really growing it to smoke, and just like literally just let the plant die in the pot, completely dry, sit there. Probably I had one just sit there over a year, and I I pulled it out like a month ago, and I had like nice little root ball. But yeah, it's not always about the smoke, so that's why
I almost always plant really broadleaf for my cannabonsai, because then I figure, who gives a shit if I get a nug or two, right? Like, I'm hardly ever going to smoke it. It'll come in handy those rare occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Good way to get through some of that broad stash in your seed vault.
Massive catalog, because my favorite breeder is only fucking with broadleaf. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. I've been like so narrow dominant the last
especially this
year
fucking
plus.
drop.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Payback. That does lead us to this drop, man. As someone who's grown this particular strain, I'm super looking forward to it, man. Sunny T is one of the tops that I've grown for sure. So I'm excited.
Grown into a fast favorite, honestly, on my own, and I'm glad that it's kind of permeated the community a bit already, and the reviews have been good, and the reviews have been really, really interesting. Honestly, it's such like an array. I've asked everybody, what they smell and flavors and aromas and whatnot, and such a wide range of answers, from gas and tiki torch fluid to then there's some more chemical things and baby shampoo, then like citrus, lemon lime, then I've gotten lots of really fruity notes and like cran grape juice and stuff, and then there's also some like classic kind of acrid and cat piss notes, and lots of pine is very prevalent, so it's got a super complex bouquet going on, which I love about it. And
most of the plants that I grew were different. I definitely, one was way more fruity gas, but I had another one that was very chemically. Pine is a good way to describe it almost, but very more chemically. But both of them similar effects, which was wonderful.
I'm kind of thrilled about that, because what I have noticed is citrus chemical combinations work really well for me. Like the shit that you're trimming and it burns your nose because it feels like you're just sniffing rubbing alcohol or something the entire time. It's just I find those I really like. And I don't know if that's what people kind of call gassy or whatever, but for me, all I know is it's the feeling I get in my nose as I'm trimming it, when my nose after like a half hour just starts burning and I'm like, shit, I gotta stop. Yeah, those are the ones I like.
Yeah, this one, like what I love about this one too is it can swing the gauntlet of effects too based on harvest time, and the pheno. Like as Rev mentioned, there are two like pretty distinct phenos going on. I would say one is the more citrusy, piney one, at least for me, and it's more more of the foxtail structure, and then there's another one that's slightly like more. It's got really open airy buds, and then the other one is like denser, nice, pretty tight nugs down the top of the cola versus the more spaced out. And it's the gassier pheno, and it can be like heavier hitting effect wise and be more on the sedative side, but also if you just like push the harvest date, or at least from limited experiments here, but Gannick's, the one he pushed so far, like 105 110 days or something, it was like total knockout. Whereas if you harvest, most of mine came down to like 78 to 85 day range, and I found most of mine to be pretty uplifting.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It can work for all tastes, for sure.
I also, the nice thing about the difference in the buds too is that I can at least recognize the difference of the phenotype, because one is very foxtaily, but they were both very, very chunky, like just bigger than my head. And also a benefit because I had high humidity and you had grown it outdoors and had a storm, so pretty good. No issues at all on mold, of course. But
yeah,
I mean, it was pushed too, because I got up to fucking 70s at time because of some storm that rolled through.
My first round of testers outdoors, it rained like the final 2 weeks before harvest straight. Sitting 100% humidity every single day, and they were totally fine, not a speck of mold. And I had multiple other plants in the same little patch that were just riddled with mold, and like unrecognizable even as a plant. They had the mold so bad after that 2 weeks of rain. But so yeah, and there's been others who have tested it outdoors and good to go. Yeah, it's been really stress resistant in general. And yeah, it has these massive chonky buds, especially that foxtail pheno. It really reminds you of like these old school, kind of Mexican-y landrace, or some of these high times photos from the 90s and whatnot.
Sure.
Very old school look to it.
And what's the lineage of it?
Plant.
So, this is Tangy Rainbows is the pollen donor. This was the F3, the number 1 line, which was the most narrow. And the mother was High Strangeness, F5 from Ronin Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a classic sativa Christmas tree kind of structure, beautiful, super bright, piney cypress aroma, a little bit of citrus going on, and great uplifting one. So they matched really, really well. The Tangy Rainbows brought a little gas and more fruit to the party, and the High Strangeness brought all this citrus and pine. And yeah, we're nice combo.
So what's the genius behind thinking about crossing those two? What were you thinking when you were selecting that?
I was looking for mainly narrow leaf effects, uplifting. I wanted something with pine just to maybe clear, give a little more clear-headedness to the high. From the Tangy Rainbows can be a little more spacey. I use that one more as like a after work kind of strain. It doesn't help me focus, so I was hoping like a little pine might, even that out and make it something that I could use through the day, which I do. I think in low doses it's great for just getting stuff done. It's a great one for focus. Higher doses, quite the opposite. So yeah, it was sort of, I also look for things too that are very stable. The fact that it was an F5 generation was definitely something that attracted me as well. When making like a new, this is a true F1 hybrid, I would say, being an F3 by an F5 versus a poly hybrid when you're crossing F1s with F1s. So yeah, it had a lot of things that I was looking for, and I'd grown it out before, and just Ronin in general, I think, is a super underappreciated breeder and does like some amazing work. And another huge attraction was that one of the parents in his lineage of the high strangeness was a coastal Oaxacan landrace from
cool.
And it's from Zippolite, which is like 30 minutes south of the beach that we love to go to, Puerto Escondido. And so just that was another huge thing that drew me about it, the story behind it and knowing the region it's from. And for that reason, I've have a couple other things coming in the drop that are related to Oaxaca. I'm doing a coffee that has mostly Oaxacan beans. It's a blend of Oaxacan and some Bali, but very much inspired by that. So it's going to be the Sunny Tibawawa blend. And then doing another collab with Samsa House this year, doing a Sunny Tibawawa hot sauce. And it's got multiple chilies from Oaxaca, in addition to some ají limons and ají mangoes and some roasted Scotch bonnets and things. So it gets a lot of these fruity, citrusy flavors going on in there with these roasty, dark Oaxacan chilies. And then I did a pine infused vinegar that I sent to him, and he incorporated. And by the way, some of those I sent him some ají limons, as did Green Velvet. So shout out to Green Velvet. Thank you for that, buddy. And those ají mangoes, I think, were from Green Velvet as well.
He had probably the most successful harvest that you could imagine. Oh, hi, Cap.
Cap just walked in the room.
And it was also perfect timing to his harvest. I was like, I had told Sam, I have so many of the ají limons out there, and mine were like, I've got 1 million green pods. And I was like, okay, Sam, I think this week he had already like booked his kitchen time to do the production for it. And I was like, I think I'll have a bunch ready for you. And that week came, and I like 2 weeks before, I took a bunch, fermented them. And I was like, I think that'll, give it the little boost it needs to like, have a bunch ripen up in these next 2 weeks. And it was like, I had like something like 8 or 9 ounces. It was, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't nearly what he needed. And of course, like today I went out and just got probably several pounds. Nice. They're all ready now. But I like to make some hot sauce for you guys. So you'll be getting some.
Awesome.
Sorry, my dog was angrily barking at me because he decided he wanted to go outside, and I was like, "All right, dude." Everybody did fantastic. Green Velvet literally produced more peppers than I think I could even imagine. So I'm glad we had a good turnout for everybody growing pepper plants this season. It was good to see. Some people really got bit by the bug. So bravo.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Magnetar as always. He blows me away every year. He just has like the most insane plants and pulls so many and such a diversity of them. It's really impressive. Like when I see his harvest, it's like I really wouldn't know what to do with all of that.
I was like, that's more peppers than I could envision. But Magnetar is also he's hilarious because he shows all these wonderful pepper plants, all these great plants that he grows. And then every once in a while, he drops this amazing picture of nature that he's just taken of like this beautiful butterfly. And you're like, do you have anything that you suck at, dude? Like,
right? I know he's a super talented grower in general, definitely super green thumb, but.
And he's a super nice dude. So you're just like, oh, hell yeah, this guy's, yeah. We got to envision his thoughts. He'll tell us. No, I'm just kidding.
He was not what I was expecting at all at the pop-up either. Like, I don't know what I had no preconceived notions of what he might look like or be like or anything. He's mainly just shares his plants and his peppers, and that was all I really knew about him. But you meet him, he's just like big jack dude. He was like, hey, man.
He's like, what's up, dude? And you're like, oh, damn.
Like,
he's super nice and engaging, and you're like, hell yeah, man. So I'm glad he's more active with his nature shots. It was cool meeting everybody there, but yeah, he was one of my favorites because he saw me and you're like, yep, that's not who I envisioned.
Right? No, yeah, he's been amazing. He's been a part of the Alebrije crew since day one. It was really, really cool meeting him.
Number one on like almost every single first order too, to the point where everyone was like, we gotta conspire against him. It's a record that we're not even mad that he's getting it. It's just the first time, every time is impressive. We got to stop it.
He was, and then they lately it's actually been Ganik. Ganik has like the last 3 probably. I would say
Ganik's the man. I was gonna make a joke, but he's Trace Amigo, so I can't fuck with him.
Well,
but he's cheating too.
While we're on Ganik, another thing coming in our drop is some tie-dye T-shirts that we collabed on with Ganik's wife.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
They're super dope. It's just like a black, bold, stealth Alebrije logo. It doesn't say Alebrije Genetics. It's just the deer in a bold black. And then she did a bunch of different tie-dye designs and different techniques. And so every single one is like slightly different.
Those will be gone in no time.
They're super cool.
That's awesome.
Last pop-up in the one in LA, he brought me a tie-dye shirt that they had done, but he was like, oh, it's fucked up. And I was like, whatever, it looks cool. And I wear it all the time. It is the most comfortable fucking thing. And in his mind, it's a fuck up. In my mind, it's a great free shirt.
Yeah, he did the same for me. It was like, had the peace sign. He was like, it wasn't perfect. I was like, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? I wear it all the time, almost every week.
That whole family is very talented, and another group of super nice people. It's like wonderful and frustrating how great they are. Dude goes in and builds brand new everything, and then is also humble enough to give away information all the time. I love it.
He is. He's such a brilliant dude, and she's the sweetest person in the world. Yeah,
she absolutely is.
Love them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting on a couple of his chickens right now. Actually, I'm pretty sure one's a rooster and the other one's a hen. The rooster might be a blue Marin, the hen might be a black Marin.
He sent you the eggs.
He gave me the eggs at the pop-up. His wife.
What? Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I didn't know. I was like,
chickens and some favorite cactuses and
babies too, man. They're fucking babies too. It's like I didn't know what to do with them, and I was like, fuck it, I'll incubate them. I didn't really want to. Fuck it. And actually, 2 of them fucking survived. So it's, hey, fuck it, man. They made it all the way from fucking all the way around the fucking states, man. These birds are pretty dope. So.
That's such a cool story too. Later on, that it's like, this traveled up from the south up to Chicago, where I got them, drove them back home,
drove back here.
What a wild trip!
Yeah. Most expensive chickens in mileage alone. It's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt.
I blame them chickens for my transmission issues.
I think that might have been. I think that might have been that lady that hit you. That we won't talk about.
Fucking that bitch. Oh my god. I'll blame her.
Yeah. But yeah, so this drop is going to be epic. It's again creating widespread panic. If I don't secure a drop, I'm never talking to you again. But the YAG is going to do another grow together with this drop because I figured I enjoyed growing it. I grew 2 beautiful plants and I enjoyed the smoke. Organics was amazing. I think it's great. So I figured kind of in the vein of Tangy, we would do another grow together with it. But then I thought he limits his packs. So we can't just, you miss out on the drop and you miss out on the grow together. So I thought, well, anything Alebrije does, like if you were lucky enough to get any of his drops, I think that opens it up. And on top of that, I have a ton of stuff that you gave us to give away. So I figured we might as well finally start giving it away in more frequency. So I figured we'd do an open after your drop November 5th. We would open it up for a month or so for anyone who wants to, kind of work it in. And we'll do random drops and giveaways throughout the whole thing. And we've got some cool stuff. I think I have a vase to give away that your wife made. We have some ashtrays. I think we have a tangy pipe too. We have a lot of West Coast Tucadillo. So I think it's going to
Oh
be a
yeah.
pretty big deal, man. And I think similar to last year, we did it in the same time as the cannabonsai. But this time, I think we wanted to do it after the drop. But it also gives a perfect opportunity that if you saw people participate in the cannabonsai and you want to give it a shot, here's another opportunity.
Fired away. Perfect idea.
Well, I appreciate that.
Now,
I'm
yeah.
stoked, and I will also go ahead and contribute more prizes. I don't know exactly
hell
what
yeah.
yet, but it'll obviously be seeds, stickers, pens, etc. type stuff.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'll send it out this time. I'll
Very
be
wise.
watching.
Yes,
Whoever
yes.
wins. Yeah, you can do other giveaways during the drop, but I'll do some myself. So yeah,
Perfect.
definitely join in. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and it's going to be somewhat holiday themed, right? Going after. So I reached out to our artist Chuck, and I was like, "Hey, man, let's get a new logo, and we'll have some fun there." And he said, "Absolutely not. You don't pay us enough. Pay me enough. Stop talking to me." And then I said, "Hey, you could just use a previous logo, change it a bit, and we would never know." And he said, "I'll get right on that." So maybe a new logo with some Christmas hats, like I suggested.
Love it. Yeah, totally. We need some the frapple, the
Yeah.
Alebrije frapple with the Alebrije with Christmas hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No doubt.
I think this is going to be a wonderful drop. I think it's wonderful that you've created another masterpiece, in my opinion. But really, I think you've got another winner, and I think people are going to want to get on it. How many total packs do we know we have?
So there's well, first off, before I get into it, you just talked about Charles Budkowski. He's actually the artist
He did the artist.
of the Sunny Tibuwawa. So I don't know why it's taken me this long to give him a shout out for that.
Well, it's because he told me no, and we were boycotting him. But then I forgot. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. Retract that.
Yeah,
No.
that's just his second too, which is wonderful.
No, yeah, he's hilarious. No, he did such an awesome job with the art. There's 111 packs, I think, for the US, and then there's like 15 that are like seed and sticker only that for international.
Oh yeah.
But also on the holiday note, I always do. So this is our merch drop. This is our 4th annual merch drop. The wife always does some pottery, so we've always like included seeds with that. So this year is the Griswold family tree, and it's gamma cheese from Hummingbird crossed with tangy tibaguana. As in the Griswolds, it turns into a pretty big, massive tree, like a lot of tangy strains or tangy crosses. And it's got this real holiday fruit cake dominant aroma profile, very like fruity berries and sweet baked goods, and then there's some gas on the back end. But so that one will go with all. My wife did some graffiti ashtrays, and there's the t-shirts from Gannick's wife. Those will come with a free pack of it, but then there'll also be some just available on the side for pretty affordably. So yeah, if you want to join the grow along, that's another option right there too.
Hell yeah, that sounds super sick. Honestly, that's going to be a fantastic drop. Unfortunately, we're going to have to keep the date secret because I don't want to miss out on this. So, Johnny, edit anytime we say November 5th and put it as like November 21st or something. I'm just kidding.
There you go.
I've already done it.
Yeah, good.
Wait, where are
We're
you
on top of
sticking
it.
this plant?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I've got a month. And I'm already, so once November 5th rolls around, right? And then we give a month window. By December 5th, the Alebrije tent should be coming down close enough.
Right.
I've planned this out. And by the way, I just
see.
didn't think about that. So you pressed me on an issue, and I'm glad the math worked out because I would have looked like a dumbass. Because I think I'm on like
I realize
day
like you're kind of busy right
40
now. I was
something.
wondering what's going on.
Oh, well, that's just because I can't currently fill one tent. You know, the problem sometimes with having only one Alebrije tent is sometimes you got to deal with other tents and have issues. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just having very bad luck with trying to cheap out on something. Surprise, surprise.
Oh man. I set up my
Jordan
first bar
stretch go
light.
through it. So. Oh
I
yeah.
set up my first bar light yesterday. Yeah. I've been like stuck in all the equipment I've had since like 2020. I've been using. And finally, sorry, you were just talking tents. I set up a brand new 5x5 yesterday, and it's got the Medic Grow 800 watt bar lighting. So I finally feel like I've caught up to modern times. I've been watching everyone for the last 5 years with all the latest equipment, and yeah, it feels good. It feels good to catch up.
What do you think,
Got
Howling?
me. I still got my fucking Vario, whatever the fuck, cheesy China Amazon things that I just overpack in my tent. Like one of them's good for a 2x2 maybe or something, and I've got 6 of them in a 4x4. So fuck it,
You
man.
did the
Just
math
pound the light.
somehow.
Well, that's what I had going
Yeah.
on. I had like multiple lights, and it was like
It's
very
a pain in the ass.
yeah,
It is, man.
Oh, Howling!
But I hated
my
the
setup
Mars
would drive
Hydro
you
one.
crazy. Yeah, it's all very just
I've done it, and I quickly learned that is not the way that I like to grow, because you can do it and you can get like a good footprint, but you just realize where the lights kind of cross over and stuff. There's hot spots and low spots. It's a pain in the dick. It sucks.
Yeah, totally. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that you guys are interested in lights, because my whole philosophy on lights is to use what I have available. And so far it's worked out for me, because I live close to association for free weed. And he's like, here, take this light and put it in your tent. And I forget what type of light it is offhand, but it's a much upgraded from what I got. So that's my suggestion. Live by someone who's just handing stuff for you to borrow.
I thought you were gonna say he was just like, here, take this free weed. That's what I'm all about.
He does. Oh,
yeah,
he does all the time. All the time.
Yeah,
he is like quite literally the reason why I've like not had to go to a dispo certain times, because he'll be like, hey, come on over, and we'll work in his garden, and he's like, oh, try this, and I'll come home and I'll be like, damn, man, like I think he gave me more than I took off that plant yesterday.
Nice goodie bag. Yeah, that's awesome.
He's a wonderful dude. Shout out him. I always want to get him on the podcast, and he absolutely refuses. Claims he has nothing to talk about, which is horse shit. But I'll save it for when he
not
actually
listened
comes
to
on.
me on this podcast? What the fuck?
I don't think
you could say one sentence and it's still better than half the shit I do. So
I think if you asked him that, he would say, why the hell would I listen to you? Which is a fair point.
Yeah.
Why would I go? Why would I listen to your podcast? No,
I just recently sent him one of the tie-dye t-shirts that had the Mary Moose artwork on it. And
sick.
He's making this vest. He wore it to the party in LA last year, and I didn't fully understand it at the time, but he's collected all the Alebrije pens. And
yes, he's very adamant.
He told me he wanted this shirt, and I was like, oh, it's like not your size, dude. It's not gonna fit. And he was like, it's fine. I'm gonna cut it up anyway. It's just for the vest. And I was like, oh, what? That's awesome. So
is it going on the back?
Yeah, it's like a full-on
shit.
Alebrije like denim vest with the Mary Moose artwork on the back and all the logo pins and all the Alebrije pins and whatnot. Yeah, it's like I can't wait to see the update soon.
He's a very creative dude. He's a good friend of mine, and I get to see him occasionally. But his garden outdoors is super impressive. Like if that man was given large acreage and just told that he could do whatever he want, he would create the coolest place ever. Like he truly is a nerd about that stuff, and I appreciate it. But I'm gonna stop talking so nice about him. He just doesn't even listen, so who gives a shit? Fuck you, association. But yeah, so we're doing the grow together. Johnny's gonna be probably the first person involved. I know he's super excited for it, as he always is.
Classic.
Dude, man, I'm like this close to getting a seed in the ground.
Really?
No.
Damn. You need to very, very soon.
Yeah, I know. You should see the fucking shit I'm consuming. It's terrible, man. It's I don't have much of a choice. Like when it rains, it pours kind of deal. So like I said, like I
Transmission
tried,
is
so
good.
I was trying to get my 2x4 going and realized it got fucking destroyed with all the other shit that gets fucking destroyed around here. And man, it's just one thing after a fucking another. So I don't know. I'm like this close. I swear.
Do it.
Someday I'll be average again. Until then, I'm just Johnny Toes the Line or whatever the fuck you want to call me.
Just throw some autos, man. Quick turn and burn.
I would if I had even a place to put them. Like the problem is I don't even have the time. Like I quite literally I fucking am lacking sleep because I come home, I go back to fucking work. I sit here, consume a little bit with my wife. We go to fucking bed, and then I get up and I'm back to work, and then I'm back to home and I'm back to fucking work again. It's like
I feel you, dude.
unrealistic at this point for me to fucking even try to clean a tent to get it growing. It's like fucking
Well, have you tried not having septic issues that you needed to fix? I mean, it seems pretty simple from over here.
Yeah, just stop.
I know,
Yeah, just
man.
who needs restrooms anyway? Go to your neighbors.
Fucking hell.
Is your dad have a grow
you'll-
going right now?
He had an issue with his that stopped, so he's currently getting the 4x4 cleaned up so that we could throw some autos on that thing and get that going. But
There you go.
the same thing, my buddy, the dude I have who took one of my tents who's on solar, he can't even fucking like get his shit together to get it growing. It's like we're so fucking like consumed by all our issues. It's like, fuck, man, I can't even get this started. Like I'm even looking at my little fucking tent and get some bonsais going and shit, and it's like, fuck, man, I that thing probably needs to get cleaned. I haven't opened that in fucking months because like I went outdoors, like my electricity bill was $950 a fucking month. So it's like I had to shut everything down, throw it all outside. Like everything I had was outside. That was what I was risking it all on, man. And now I just don't have the time to fucking clean this shit and get it back going. And to think that I would have to water it, oh man, you should see my fucking yard. But no,
It'll come.
I'm this close. I'm this close to getting a seed in the ground. We'll get there.
Again, I just want to suggest maybe not sleeping or getting a few more
Yeah.
hours in the day. These seem like simple issues. You'll get there, man. I'm sorry that you're going through such a busy time and you've had such shit luck. I think it's very
everybody
important.
has it. It is what it is. We'll get back there. Like everybody shuts down
amen.
for a minute. We're getting back going. We're
The ebbs and flows of life. Yeah.
It was
100%.
Yeah. It was actually something I forgot to mention was how proud I was of Howling's reaction to his mites, because I thought for sure I would be reading a story of a man burning his house down on accident in frustration, but you handled it very well, my friend.
You are getting the medicated version of me right now. Let me tell you, this is rough. I'm like, if you talked to me a couple of years ago, I absolutely probably would have stopped growing. I mean, that's how bad I was a couple of years ago. I am a little better. I am not happy. I feel defeated in ways, but I know I can't give up. I know people go through this. I've seen people battle a lot worse than what I'm battling. So why would the fuck I give up? What does that show if I do that? So I'm using kind of the inspiration from everyone else of watching their troubles. I mean, even like with your aunts and stuff. I mean, shit that's a lot worse than what I'm going through. So if I gave up over this bullshit, what kind of grower am I? So it's also a good learning opportunity. I'm glad that Terp's plant in the 2x4 that had this problem had the solo cups in Terp's plant. I moved the solo cups out because they're the ones that were affected, but Terp's plant's not affected. That papaya, halo, whatever, however you pronounce it, that one doesn't seem to have any damage. It's doing good. My Moon Diamond's tent is doing fine. So it looks like I caught it. I'm treating it. I'm learning how to deal with this stuff. I'm going to be better in the end because I'm going to implement some better practices and be preventive with some of these things. And who the fuck am I? What kind of grower am I if I give up over a couple little bugs around? So it sucks.
That's something to be proud of. You've done good. Yeah. And it started you moving on your pollen chucking.
Oh no,
Now-
I have everything set up, and I was like, I didn't want to start something if I have mites roaming around.
I know,
I'm like,
but you were still getting started.
Yeah, I was like, I felt like I got a step in the right direction. I told myself October was the month, like I'm gonna do this, and I'm getting going. And then I saw those spots on those plants, and I was like, motherfucker. But
Here's a piece of advice from your lazy friend. Whatever month it currently is, never say that's the month to get started.
yeah, I ruined
So
it.
right now it's October, so you need to get started in November, my friend. You got a couple days.
but
You know what I mean?
I think 1 or 2 more dunks, so maybe another 10 days. I would get 2 more dunks in that oil. I think I'll feel comfortable. I think I'll pretty much eradicate as much as I can of what's going on, and I'll feel comfortable to start. I even decided I bought one of those AC Infinity propagation tents, so I can keep everything separate from. I mean, that's part of my problem is I put a bunch of solos in a tent with a active bed of soil in there with all sorts of shit growing in it, and I was inviting a problem. I learned my lesson, so I'm gonna get a prop tent going. That's where I'll start the breeding project in to start with, and keep everything isolated and keep up with some preventative sprays and stuff. And yeah, it's gonna be good. I learned quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, and we'll get past it.
Yeah, those prop tents are
yeah.
sweet. I want to get one.
Yeah, I mean it's like a it's a little shorty tent, and it's like 2x3 and a little short, and I'll prop it up on a table somewhere, and it'd be nice. And I'm actually excited. And of course, I need to find a new light for it.
Yeah, but mine's not AC Infinity. I'm not cool enough for that brand.
It was if in hindsight
they made one.
AC Infinity
no
has
idea.
one. Gorilla Tent has one. I mean, there's a couple of knockoff ones too. I looked at the Gorilla Tent, and what was the problem with that one? It was a dimension issue. The dimension, no, it was actually cheaper than AC Infinity, but it was the dimensions on it, and I didn't like it. So I went with AC Infinity, and yeah, I'll pop that up on a table somewhere, and it'll be pretty cool to rock that one out. And
the only reason I got the one that I got was my side breathes, and I can't even remember what brand it was. It was a good brand back in the fucking day, but I think they fucking like fell off and stopped. I don't even know if they make shit anymore. I fucking forget the name of them, but they were a relatively decent brand, but it's got a breathable side, and that's the only thing I liked about it, because I didn't have to worry about it. Like, it's dark, it's like a felt fucking, and I don't know if there's like several layers, but I was like, oh cool, I'll be able to shut it off. But I run fucking lights 24 hours a day. But if I want it to breathe, like if I want to the sides don't suck in if I want a fan, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like just like your atmosphere in your room is kind of what you got. But I run that normally high humidity because it's a prop tent anyways. So with a little exhaust fan and breathable sides, it was pretty dope.
I'm a little bummed about the size of the prop tents. They're all like non-standard sizes, so finding lights for them suck ass. I was thinking of Ganic really likes the clone bars from Grandmaster, and I was like, okay, I'll get those, but I think they're 44 inches long, and the prop tent is 3 feet long. It's like shit.
Oh, see, mine's 2x4 by 4. It's like a 2x4 cut
I should
in
have
half.
talked to you before I did this.
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you I'm gonna have to look it up now because, dude, I fucking love it because it's like a side. It's fucking sideways. So
I mean, it's
like
basically you're taking
sideways.
like a 2x2 and putting it on its side, which I did contemplate doing.
Kind of.
But I didn't have like the bars and the support and everything that I would like. I almost took my 2x2 Mars Hydro tent and turned it on its side for it and use it that way. But
it's like taking a 2x4.
Yeah.
And turning it on its side and cutting 2 foot off of it.
Yeah.
So it's 2x4x4.
Cool. Well, I'll make it work.
Yeah.
I'll find lights. I have the graveyard to go digging through to find lights for the damn thing.
Yeah, I still even struggle because it's so short. So I struggle with like putting anything in there and then dimming it. It's like, man, you mess with like.
I might tap into my, like when I first started growing, I used to do seedlings and small plants under T5 lights. I might stick those in there because the warmth from them and the color spectrum and everything is that they're gentle. So I may just stick some of my old T5 lights in there.
That's not a bad idea. That's
Yeah.
not a bad idea. That's actually a really good. I might steal that too, because what I use is the heating mats
Mm-hmm.
that they
I've wrapped my
the
tent.
blown heating mats.
Yeah.
Dude, I bought a fucking 4-foot one. It's literally like 18 inches wide by 4 foot, and it sits in the entire bottom of the tent.
Yep.
And I just set a thermostat.
It's radiant
on that
floor
fucking
heating.
thing.
That's all
It's
you're
exactly
doing.
what it is.
I learned that like early on. I'm like, why the fuck aren't we doing this? And I actually I got tired of the ceiling mats. They're not like flexible or anything, especially if you want to wrap it around the outside. So I bought they sell rolls of reptile heaters. It's just this thin film that has the heating strip in it. Think of like the defrost on your rear window of your car kind of thing. And that's all it is. It's this thin film with just an outlet or a plug on it. So I bought a roll of that, and I can wrap like the whole bottom of the inside of the tent and radiate heat around it.
Dude.
And
there you go.
And that's why I got the prop tent, is because it's smaller. I don't need much. You don't need much to get enough light and heat in there. And the humidity is just going to stay up in a tent when you're not cycling air constantly. And
unless you're trying to do so. I've done grows in this, so I've actually vented air through it because I've like done like a 1 gallon fucking grow in there. It's doable, but most of the time you're not pushing it right, so you don't need much. I like that idea of a fucking T5 fucking light, man. That's fucking.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
It's a great idea.
That's fucking smart, man. I'm gonna do that too.
I like the idea of the reptile material. I have to use the like heating mats in the winter in all my tents, and they're not the greatest like size. They definitely help a lot, and but there's certain plants that like won't really. It'll just be maybe barely touching the edge of one of the mats. It would be nice to like space it out a little more.
It's nice if you really want to get into it. Like I buy the pre-made ones that already have the plug clipped into it, but they're made actually to be custom. You buy a roll of the stuff, you cut it to. They have points where you can cut it, and then you clip a plug onto it, and that's it. So whatever size you want, they work out really well. I have a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm definitely gonna be asking you more specifics about that soon.
And you affix it right to the tent?
I just stand it up in there. I just keep it on the bottom. Just it kind of goes along the walls, so it kind of radiates heat in.
But I could just use it on the floor.
You can do it to that. That's exact. I mean, that's all that radiant floor heating in a house is that kind of shit that's in underneath tile and stuff. And
because I've got a little 2x4 that I need to get some heat into, and I don't really want to heat the entire lung room.
No, that's a pain in the ass.
Right. So I need to just get a little bit of heat in there. And I was trying to think of other options of doing without buying another.
Well, you also can consider the non-light emitting reptile heaters. So I have those in a couple of my tents, which is this 150 watt black bulb that radiates heat. It's non-light emitting. So you can run that on a controller. And that's what I have running in my tents right now. So that way the temps don't drop at night. Because my lung room sits at 60 some degrees, and I don't want to drop in that low at night compared to like being at 80 something during lights on. So I have those sitting in my tents.
So you just flip those at night, they go on?
I have the controller set at a minimum temp that I always wanted at. So it's like, maybe I always want it at 75 degrees. And so usually it only kicks on there's 2 times it'll kick on as I'm cycling air because I'm maybe lowering humidity and stuff. So it'll kick on to try to bring the heat up, or it'll just be at night. And so I always have a pretty good stable temp in the tent at all times. And then I like lower it, like in flower, I'll start lowering it down so it gets colder at night with the lights off. But those work out pretty well too.
Interesting.
Yeah, reptile stuff, man.
Great
the heat
ideas,
wraps and the non-light, and you have to make sure it's the non-light emitting bulbs, which you'll see it's a flat bulb with like a coil, and it's all covered in black, like some black film, because they do make infrared emitting bulbs that will produce some
like
light.
heat lamp bulbs.
Yeah, and you don't want that. That's like why people like with space heaters and stuff in their tents will sometimes get herms and everything. Is because of the coils in the space heater. You don't want that.
I've never heard that. from the light
From the
of it?
infrared light from it.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the glow that's coming from it is just enough.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I use those oil ones.
I use the oil ones too. I have
They're
that in my
great.
4x4.
I
Yeah.
just use it in the lung room, but yeah, it does the trick.
Yeah.
That
Those are
and the
wonderful.
heating pads in
Yep.
the winter. Yeah.
I have Howling Tech bit me in the ass and cost me some money. I actually bought one of those AC Infinity heaters.
I
It's
bought
still
one
sitting
too.
in the box. I
Me
haven't
too.
used it. I haven't even hooked it up. I'm like, I looked at this thing and I'm like, that's a fucking pain in the ass. Like, all I have to do is hang a reptile bulb and I'm done. Why am I routing this thing in? So
I bought one middle of like December last
Yep.
year, and I
that's
was
probably
like,
how old mine is.
yeah, I still haven't opened it yet, but
Yep.
I think I'm gonna need. I'm gonna try it out this year. We'll see. But yeah, it was a really cold week was coming, and I was worried about it. But it didn't. Those oil heaters held up well enough that I didn't
Those
need
are
it.
really awesome. I like the oil heaters.
Yeah.
I wish I found one that would draw a little less power. So I do have one that I think it pulls 700 watts at max, which is nice. It keeps it. It doesn't cycle on and off terribly much in my 4x4, and those are nice. But a lot of them are like 1500 watts, and it's just like that's a lot of power you're tossing in that tent. Think about your total draw on that outlet.
That's why I like that 150 watt option that you just laid out there,
they make
dude.
like smaller bulbs, so it depends on your setup. But I opted for 150 watt bulbs. I did have some 75 watt bulbs, and they just didn't seem to keep up as much.
Yeah,
those are great tips, especially with winter approaching. Yeah, it's always a challenge.
See, I have the exact opposite in wintertime because my tents. Well, we'll see because my pollen chucking tent is not going to be in my normal room that my other grow tents are, and those are in a room that has the air exchanger for my furnace, so it gets super warm in there in the winter. So I have like the exact opposite. I have to like start trying to figure out how to get my drivers out of the tent and everything during wintertime. And everyone's like, oh my God, I got to worry about heat. I'm like, no, like my problem is it's too fucking hot.
Me too. Cause I run all my drivers from all 6 of those fucking lights inside of my tent too. So I never had to worry about
it. But the summertime is my problem. And everyone's like, oh yeah, great. Summertime. No, because I got my AC running through there.
Well, no, yeah, winter's a lot easier for me than summer. But
I love growing in. The winter is by far the easiest for me to control. I love it.
It's like the one time a year my humidity is not like out of control. Spike. But yeah, then I just gotta make sure the heat is sufficient. That's especially in like project tents. I don't care about my flower and testing, but like when I'm working on a project and making seeds, it's like that's why I bought that AC Infinity. I only bought one because it was one specific tent that I was like, I just got to make sure this keeps like a good ideal environment. But yeah, it's sorry, lost my train of thought.
Oh, no worries.
I'm over here puffing on Sunny T. I'm on my like
it's
4th Mighty Pod.
Jeez, 4.
Hey.
Holy shit!
I'm also smoking on my Pheno number 2. It is. Nice. I really enjoyed it. It made my vacation. It was fun. However, I do have one ridiculous question to ask. This time, because you guys were talking about cooling and heating and all this stuff that no one needs to hear my opinion on, I got to actually think of a question. So this one's going to require a little bit of thinking. I do apologize. You have an afternoon and an unlimited budget to do one activity. It has to be something you can do in an afternoon, obviously, but you don't have to worry about budget, just time constraint. I am going to go Stoney first.
Oh, easy. I'm going up to the mountains, and I am mountain biking in a downhill park. And they all cost, so all new bike and tons of safety
going
gear.
All him.
Tons of safety gear. Yes.
Johnny, you look perplexed. I'm going to call on you like an evil teacher would.
All right, then I'm going to say you said no budget, right?
Yeah. Unlimited budget.
And you have to be able to do it in an afternoon.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to get on a plane. We're gonna fly to fucking Mexico. I'm gonna get some real fucking Mexican tacos and some real fucking
There we
margaritas and
go.
fly my ass back, bro.
Yeah.
So
See?
just
That
tacos
is-
and margaritas
yeah,
from Mexico.
tacos
Yeah,
and
Good
man.
usage,
Yep.
dude.
The real
Good
deal.
usage.
Yeah.
Absolutely
You won't
love
be
it.
disappointed.
You know what? I love the fact that you thought that way. Howling?
So I'm terrible. I don't know.
You don't know. Buy another
okay, so
dog. You have unlimited money.
No, but it has to be an afternoon, and so that means that it's probably has to be done. Buying a dog, you're not done after the afternoon.
that's true.
I would probably find wherever the best wolf preserve is, sanctuary, and I probably would go there and hang out. Like there are wolf sanctuaries where you actually could be with the wolves and
Awesome.
butt heads with them and love them and feed them and stuff. So yeah, that's probably what I would
That
do.
sounds terrifying, dude.
I
Let's go hug a bear.
If you, yeah, I think after wrestling,
But the
a
heads is
Rottweiler
the
that all
awesome
they
part.
want to do is growl at you, but they mean love. I think I'm kind of over it. Like sometimes love
Howling is-
language of different animals are a little
Howling
weird.
spent a lot of time in college hugging bears. He's used to it. Alebrije.
I'm glad I had the time to think about it. Mine also involves a plane. I would go skydiving.
Ooh.
But I would do it over the Chicago area. I'm not sure exactly where I'd land, but then I would do lunch at Alinea for your budget because we were in Chicago and I really wanted to eat there, but I just couldn't justify what it
It's
cost.
insane.
You didn't want a second mortgage?
It was outrageous. Remember, like our entire trip costed less than what just that meal alone would have cost. And it was like, but I really wanted to enjoy it, so it was like, I've been wanting to skydive, so I'd go skydiving and sail into Alinea and eat lunch.
That's pretty dope.
It's pretty badass.
Fuck
I
yeah.
think-
What about you, dude?
I think because I thought so hard on the question, I never think of, for some reason, never envision I have to answer these questions. But I will say I think it'd be super dope to rent like some super yacht for the early morning to take
Ooh.
out to Catalina Island. And on the back side, there's a place. Yeah, there's a couple of places that you can surf, right? And it's never very good, but you can, which is an important distinction because the ability to always is more fun sometimes, right? So I would probably go out there, spend the afternoon on a mega yacht, just doing dumb shit out on the island and come back. Because if you have money, you can do a lot of really cool shit out in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a lot of
But
fun.
yeah, is there anything I missed? Is there any questions anyone has that they want answered?
No, but that was a depressing question. For
Yeah,
me,
I
it's
know.
like
Now back to our real life where we can't do those things.
well, no, it's just
where
because I
everyone
don't ever
struggles.
think like that. I never like. There's some people that dream like, oh, if I had a bunch of money, what kind of house would I get? Where would I go? Like they dream about things. I'm not a dreamer. Like I'm totally like
You lack the
it's
ability,
grounded
or you
in
refuse
reality
to?
that life is just hard. This is what I'm doing. That's it.
I dream about tools mostly.
Yeah,
like
I dream about the dumbest things because I've found that it is far easier to deal with the shit life throws at you if you can just escape to a happy place occasionally, And there are simple ways, for instance, like in my mind, that you can recharge those happy places. Like if I go out in nature and go for a hike or something like that, I can think long and hard on that for a couple weeks where I'm just like, fuck yeah, that's going to keep me going. Like the pop-up. That kind of stuff is so recharging that like I can think about that when I'm having a real shit day.
there was a
And so
glow
that
from
kind of
man.
allows me to keep dreaming, right? Because I can be like, no matter how bad it gets next year, I'm taking Megan's ass and I'm going to fucking Maine to redo the same thing with my cool friends again. So no matter how shitty
I'm
life
going to
gets,
Maine and I'm hunting down a motherfucker that's in Maine right now.
oh yeah, we're gonna get them. New video merch bastard. But yeah, I mean, there's I think that's the important thing.
did you see he
that
got
need
another
to
one?
do.
He just released another one too.
No.
There's a
No, we
second
did
new one.
another
I
new
There's
swear
a
to
second?
God.
No.
I swear to
Merch
God,
released the
dude.
second. Well, I'm
I swear
glad
to
that
God.
Howling is gonna go
Got it.
check that out after this episode. But I will ask Alebrije, did we miss anything about your drop? I want
I
to
don't
go
think
over it
so.
again.
It's,
We've got Sunny T also doing the merch drop for the holidays.
Yeah, so there's the first 50 packs of Sunny Tea come with the hot sauce included. And then there'll also be 20 other bottles just sold on their own. So if you're like Howling and you want to stock up, you can get one with the pack and then grab another. And then my wife's ashtrays and Gannick's wife's tie-dyes and Griswold family tree seeds and freebies. And I think that's pretty much it, more or less. But yeah, it's November 5th at 4:20 on the East Coast, the best coast, you know. I forgot I'm the only East Coaster here, aren't I? Yep.
No,
Johnny. Yeah.
I got your back, homie.
No, I know. I was
This
looking at these
podcast
future
is
things,
founded
like,
on
Johnny.
half of that nonsense.
Yeah,
we just outnumbered now by our Midwest, where everybody seems to be from. But as the sponsor of this podcast, I will have to allow you to make such bold claims about the East Coast, but just know that I strongly disagree.
I know.
We all know what the Superior Coast. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not happy with the West Coast. I have to pay taxes.
We got our problems.
That was, yeah. Johnny's there. That's the biggest problem.
It is.
I'm just, I got nothing else. I can't thank you again for coming on the podcast.
Thank you guys for having me.
Being our buddy, and
always a pleasure.
We consider it an honor to always get you on before the drops.
Absolutely,
because we are
an honor.
True prophets of Alebrije. Please,
the honor is all mine.
Grow some shit.
I love hanging out with you guys, and we have such great community. I think we talked about so many different people in the community tonight. That's what always it's fun for me. It's like we just have so many good friends out there that
doing way cool shit, man.
Yeah, seriously. Man. So thank you guys, and appreciate all you guys do.
Thank you, and thanks for listening, everybody.
Peace. Later.
Peace.